ASMR video. What's going on? They are doing yard work right here. Like, I'm actually pointing at this guy right now. Yep, I'm pointing right at him. They're doing yard work, so if you guys hear it, which I think you can, I want to apologize ahead of time. But then again, come on, it's ASMR. There's probably some weirdo out there that's like, oh my god, I've been looking for a landscaping sounds ASMR video that's not too loud but kind of in the background of another vid. Anyways, I took that joke way too far. This is not homemade. Well, I mean, yeah, but it's not from scratch. This is Fettuccine Alfredo. Chicken and broccoli Fettuccine Alfredo. I basically just, the two chicken Alfredo videos I have, I actually went to a restaurant and bought takeout and did it that way. This time around, I bought the jar myself. I boiled the noodles myself. I cut the broccoli myself, which was already kind of cut, and it was in one of those steam bags. And I poured it in myself. Okay, the one thing I kind of did though was I bought chicken breast that was already cut, but it was raw. And I cooked that. Does that count? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And I bought some Texas toast, which I put in the toaster oven. It's a 5-cheese Texas toast. But can I just say that it looks beautiful? Let me show you the plate. This is my noodle video for the Happa Eats challenge. Let's be real, it's not a challenge. Okay, it's not a challenge. She didn't challenge us to do anything. She just asked us to participate in her little schedule thing. And we all said yes. It's not a challenge. We're doing the same shit we always do. We're just doing it on her little schedule thing. Alright, let me stop giving my girl Happa a hard time here. Ooh, it's still hot. Wow, that's really, really good. I think the one thing that people were complaining about from my last chicken fettuccine broccoli Alfredo, whatever you want to call it, it was too dry. So I made sure to put extra sauce on these. And when I say the number one complaint, I mean one complaint. And it was from Defiance 13. Chicken. I got regular this time. I usually have the white can, that's diet. That bubbles. I actually prefer the diet over the regular. It's just the taste, it just tastes better. Oh, actually, the diet's actually way worse because it's chemically. Okay, cool. watched the game last night. That's it. Kobe's done. That's pretty sad. It's just like one of those things. You know, I was born in the 80s, so I was a teenager in the 90s. Oh, really? Is how that works? So, you know, a big part of, you know, living where I was living at the time was, especially in the neighborhood I'm from, which wasn't very nice, but it was a kind of a poor area, but you know, we never felt poor because I feel like that particular area I grew up in had a big sense of community, so we never felt poor. But a big part of growing up was, you know, playing pickup games after school. And it was just something we did to stay out of trouble. Basketball. I think that's why the majority of, not the majority, but a good portion of the best basketball players are from the Northeast. And I got into a discussion with somebody about why certain parts of the United States are just really good at certain sports, and it's weather. And obviously when it comes to like hockey or this and that, yeah. But I never really caught on until I moved down south, and everybody, I mean, there's like literally kids down here that are in middle school and high school, and they're just jacked, huge football playing kids. And football down here is a culture. And I'm not, for those of you that aren't from the United States, football, like American football, not soccer. And I know a lot of you probably like, oh yeah, we know what American football. I get it. Okay, there's some, you'd be very surprised the type of idiotic comments I get from, you know. So I'm gonna just stop assuming. You know, I'm gonna pretend like everybody's an idiot, including me. No, I'm kidding. Okay, like I was saying, though, it's the weather. You know, people in the southeastern part of the United States are huge on football because you get out of school when you're a kid, and it's still nice outside, so everybody plays football games. But in the Northeast, we didn't have the luxury of having awesome weather all the time. So, in the wintertime, when it was really cold, and you wanted to stay out of trouble, and you couldn't go home yet because your parents weren't home, and yada yada yada. I mean, everybody would go to the Y because the YMCA was open, and they had after school programs and everything, so everybody would go there and play pickup games and just play basketball all the time. You know, I remember I was 15 or 16 when Kobe went into the NBA, and I was just like, yo, that was crazy. It was just 90s basketball was just, I don't know, it has a big piece of my heart. Probably, I mean, probably because number one, the obvious is I grew up around that time. There was hardly any rules. People were like really hitting each other and elbowing each other and jumping on each other, and it was just a rougher game back then. And you know, Kobe coming into the NBA that year, and me being a kid, and now I'm in my 30s, from my generation, like, they're not in the NBA anymore. It's so weird. Oh, actually, there are. Give me your list of 90s basketball players. There's still, and I'm sure there is. I just don't. Now, Kobe's like, it was like when Jordan retired. It was so sad when Jordan left. And then, like, even last week when Allen Iverson got into the NBA Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, I remember taking field trips to the NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame. Now that was a sick ass player, Allen Iverson. He was just too hard-headed, man. Like, Allen Iverson, he wasn't that typical. Like, he was a street baller, and before, all these tatted up, thugged out NBA players were in the league, there was the first one, Allen Iverson. He never dressed up in suits. He'd just come to the games and come to meetings all thugged out with his pants sagging and big ass Timberland boots. And I loved it, man. I love it. He didn't give a fuck about anybody and just, oh man. Don't get me wrong though. There's a lot of players out there in the NBA right now that I think are amazing. I think Steph Curry is fucking dope. I mean, he is literally the epitome of 90s basketball. Because you don't see those game-winning shots like you used to in the NBA. Back in the 90s. Every team had a star player. And some of them had like 3 or 4 star players. And it's just not like that anymore. But Steph Curry, definitely, I want to see him. I want to see him play live one of these days. If you guys didn't know, my favorite basketball team is the Boston Celtics. When I was a kid, I was very half and half just because my dad was into the Phoenix Suns. But he was into them back in the day when Charles Barkley was on there in the early 90s. You guys remember? It was like Barkley, Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson. They had such a nice lineup. I even had one of those big ass Phoenix Suns starter jackets that I used to wear all the time. Just picture like a little fucking Mexican kid in New England wearing a big ass Phoenix Suns starter jacket. Stupid. But overall, my team is the Boston Celtics. I love everything New England for the most part. New England Patriots, Boston Celtics, Boston Bruins. I watch hockey. Of course, my Boston Red Sox. I'm not gonna lie. This is very filling. think he'll be back. A lot of NBA players do that, especially the great ones. They'll go away, come back a year later. I think he's good. I think he should just stop. He retired. Don't come back. Don't do the whole like I'm gonna play for this team and that team. Just LA loves you, Kobe. Are you listening? Because I know you watch this shit. It's just you went out like a man. Keep it that way. Oh, and did you see how the Golden State Warriors? Sorry, there's a lot of NBA talk for all you people that don't watch basketball. How they beat the 1995-1996 Chicago Bulls record. Damn, but you know it has been 20 years, so records are meant to be broken.